We're now on the outskirts of a place known as Brightstone Cove, Tsledora. Now, the story behind Tsledora is actually quite terrifying. There's some really creepy stuff going on here, as we'll soon see. Even though the Tsledora settlement itself is a terrifying shadow of its former self, the town didn't always start out very good to begin with. The Tsledora robe reads, Tsledora flourished with the discovery of Brightstone, deep under the settlement. But with this prosperity came greed in equal measure, and people were ever in search of that which they lacked. So even towards the beginning, when the settlement was founded and the Brightstone was discovered, an air of greed and covetous overtook the entire settlement. But however bad or vile the feelings of the settlers might have been, they were nothing compared to the Duke of Tsledora himself, as it was Duke Tsledora who was the catalyst for this horrifying chain of events in this once proud settlement. I don't know if I consider Prowling Magus in the Congregation a true boss fight, but it is a fun and slightly intense little speed bump for players, as well as a nice surprise for first-time players. I know I certainly wasn't expecting a boss fight there when I first played. Since the Prowling Magus doesn't drop a soul, there's not very much lore to go on. However, the Prowling Magus does wear a warlock's mask, which makes me theorize that he might have been one of the warlocks in service of Arya. The warlock mask reads, "Strange mask worn by Arya warlocks. Grants dark defense and increased soul acquisition. Warlocks in Arya's keep gave rise to wicked things, and even cast forbidden rituals upon themselves. No one knows if they were born mad, or if their own misdeeds drove them over the edge." So my personal theory is that one of the warlocks from Arya's keep set up shop here in Tsledora, and somehow convinced some of the hollows in the area to come under his influence and become his congregation, and even enlisted one or two of the priests as we fight those in the battle as well. I don't know if this influence was done by magic, or words, or both, but the bigger question, though, is what were they worshipping exactly? I think it might be the old one who rules over this area, but it's possible it might be something else. The warlocks cast dark magic, also known as hexes, which makes me think that they might even be worshippers of the abyss. This is just me theorizing, of course. There's no concrete evidence to support this. But I'm just trying to think of what it was exactly that the Prowling Magus and his congregation were giving praise and worshipping. So those are my two best guesses. It's either the old one of Tsledora that we'll meet in just a little bit, or it is the abyss or the beings of the abyss. It's one of the many mysteries of this game, but it's fun to theorize about. And I think it makes the boss encounter against the Prowling Magus all the more interesting.
Anyone can be forgiven, as long as he is sincere. No matter how terrible the sin. Surely, we all deserve mercy. Yes. We must never forget our sins.
You need armor? Go ahead. See what I'm offering. Are you sure? Well, I may sell out while you're away.
I knew you'd be...
What misunderstanding could have caused this? Well, thank you. I owe you my life. My little pied-à-terre lies beyond here. You'll find some of my treasures there. Help yourself to those that suit you. Here, use this key. Be cautious on your travels.
I have chosen Pate over Crichton in this encounter, meaning that I trusted the character of Pate more than Crichton, and as such, he has given me a key to his treasure. Alternatively, you can side with Crichton and fight Pate, and he will also give you a key which leads to the exact same room. Now, if that sounds a little curious, that's because it's meant to be. But this story has almost come to a close. There's just one more event we have yet to witness, and then the story of Pate and Crichton will be finished. So now we see Pate's true nature, in that he meant to trap and potentially kill me all along. He never meant to share his wealth or his treasure with me, and in the end was just using me to his own ends. I was actually very lucky to survive that blast. I thought I was going to be killed for sure when I saw I got hit by it. But it is important to note that Crichton will give you this exact same key, and he too will lure you into this same trap and try to kill you. So when I asked earlier which of the two characters should we trust, the true answer is neither of them. Both mild-mannered Pate and Crichton the Wanderer are definitely not honorable men. While there is indeed honorable characters in the world of Dark Souls, you can be positive Pate and Crichton are among them. And I'm just very glad we won't have to deal with them anymore. As you've been able to clearly tell, the Tsledora settlement is overrun by these massive spiders and humans and hollows who've been infected by these spiders. And this infestation might have been brought about by the Duke himself. The Brightstone key reads, "Key to the Brightstone Cove, Tsledora. The eccentric Lord Tsledora, known for his fascination with spiders, built a town and personal fortune by mining Brightstone. One day, the town was overrun by spiders, but Lord Tsledora only stood by and watched, eerily contented." And I have to say, that last line there is quite creepy. But it is very fitting, because the boss we'll be fighting in this area is by far one of the creepiest enemies in the game. So we now go to face the fourth and final Old One, and upon obtaining its soul, the path to Dranglake Castle and Vendrick will open. So now we've defeated the Duke's dear Freja, which has some very peculiar lore. The soul of Duke's dear Freja reads, "Soul of the Duke's dear Freja, the writhing ruins keeper. The writhing ruin is an ancient thing whose shadow remains cast over the land. It first took possession of a solitary insect, but grew in power, feasting on the wealth of twisted souls found in the land." So this makes me think that this writhing ruin, whatever its true form may actually be, was the ultimate cause of what happened here in Tsledora. The spider silk, one of the boss weapons, reads, "Supposedly the Duke himself, an eccentric soul fascinated with spiders, went on to take a form that was far from human." And this suggests that the Duke we find in the Lord's private chamber might just be an empty shell, and his actual soul was possessing the giant spider we just defeated. It's all interesting to think about, but even more interesting is the character we're about to meet. And for the close of this video, we're going to meet the title character himself.
No one has come this far, not for a very long while. Young Arya, do you wish to shed this curse? Then accept the fate of your ilk, and face the trials that await you. Unless you have already joined the crestfallen. Young Arya, there are but two paths. Inherit the order of this world, or destroy it. Only a true monarch can make such a choice. Very few indeed have come even this far. And yet your journey is far from over. Half-grown hollow, have you what it takes? Truly? Young hollow, seek after Vendrick. He who almost became a true monarch. The Vendrick is certain to guide your way. Fledgling hollow, may we meet again?